Good evening, everyone. Dobro Pashalavit to Gracie Mansion. This is the people's house. This is Vash Dom. And you are always welcome here. I'm doing my best. I hope you're all ready to celebrate tonight. You can probably tell from the sweet aromas in the air that this community knows good food. We brought the best taste of Brighton Beach Avenue all the way to the Upper East Side. And you know, our cultural institutions here at Gracie always remind me how special this city is. New York is a living, breathing testament to how immigrants from all over the world have enriched our country. And our Russian and Eastern European communities are a huge part of that. So I want to start the festivities off by thanking you for all that you do to make this the greatest city in the world. And thank you for that trademark entrepreneurial spirit, which has grown businesses and created jobs. Thank you for the literature, the art, and the music. By the way, how wonderful is that Georgian house band, right? Amazing. And I have to share this with you. If my son were here, he'd thank you for the banyas. When he comes home, he's in college now, and when he comes home to visit, that's one of his favorite things to do, to go off with his friends and spend the day at the banya. I haven't gotten around to it yet myself, but maybe one of these days I'll do it. Maybe our mayor will join me. You hear that, Bill? There's just so much to celebrate and so much to be thankful for, and that's what we're here to do tonight. But I want you to know that when things aren't going so well, New York City still has your back. If you or someone that you care about, someone that you love, is struggling with anxiety, depression, or addiction, then we've got a phone number that you can call to get help or to get connected to care. It's 1-888-NYC-WELL. You can get free, you can applaud for that. You can applaud. Thank you. It's free. The call is free. It's confidential. And translation is available in more than 200 languages, including Russian. So I hope you remember the number and share it with all your friends and family. Can you please say it with me, because I want you to remember it. It's 1-888-NYC-WELL. I didn't hear you, so I'm not going to leave until you say it louder. 1-888-NYC-WELL. Thank you. That's great. Thank you all. And it is now my pleasure to introduce my husband, my partner in all things, our mayor, Bill de Blasio.
Good evening, everybody. Okay, let me see if I can do this right. Dobry wieczór. Okay? Is that good? Good start? All right. I'll go for lessons next. I want to welcome everybody. Welcome to the People's House. The Gracie Mansion is for everyone. And tonight it is a tremendous honor to welcome some of the great leaders, great members of the Russian-American community, the Russian-speaking community of the city. In this one tent are so many people who have made great contributions to the community and to the city. So we welcome you back. It's been 12 years since there was a Russian heritage event here at Gracie Mansion. Welcome back. I want to thank Shirlane. You heard from her. Our First Lady has devoted herself to improving the mental health of all communities all over the city. I want you to help her by spreading the word. She mentioned 888-NYC-WELL. Please, through all of the organizations you're a part of, through all the houses of worship, Spread the word that New York City is reaching out to people who have mental health challenges and helping them to address what they need. Every community has to be part of that. We need your help to do it. Now look, this was a tough day. I want to say up front, there was a very painful incident today in Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C., another incident in California, things that give us a lot of pause and things that we see too often in the modern world. But it is so important when we see something that goes against the very nature of our democratic society, of our open society. It's all the more important to gather together in common cause. Tonight is about celebrating one of the great communities that makes up this extraordinary city and celebrating the free and open society we have. So tonight is exactly the right time to be together as we feel fully the weight of these incidents. Our hearts go out to all those who are injured and to their loved ones, and we wish them a very, very speedy recovery. And as always, we are profoundly grateful to all the first responders who came to the aid of those in danger. We thank our police, our EMTs, our firefighters every single day. I want to thank some of the leaders gathered here behind me who make this city government work in so many ways. First of all, someone who has been an outstanding member of the City Council and has done a tremendous amount to help the people of his district. Let's thank Councilmember Chaim Deutsch. And I know Councilmember Karen Kozlowitz was here and she had to go on to another engagement, but we thank her as well. I also want to thank from the city administration. I want to thank the Chief Medical Examiner, Barbara Sampson. Thank you so much for joining us. The Chief Actuary, Sherry Chan. Thank you. The Executive Director of the Gracie Mansion Conservancy, Paul Gunther, who makes this beautiful place all it is. The Executive Director of the Mayor's Office for Special Events like this great night, Carla Matero, thank you. And the Chief of Staff for the First Lady, we thank Roxanne John for her great work. And one acknowledgement I need you all to help me with tonight, the wonderful music that was provided by the Georgian House Band. We thank them. So let's celebrate this community for a moment. You can listen to different experts. One thing that we would agree on, there's at least 250,000 Russian-speaking people in New York City. It is the biggest Russian-speaking community anywhere in the United States of America. And we are proud of this community. And by the way, this community is made up of tens of thousands of people who have come here in recent years or recent decades and are making New York City better, making New York City stronger. And I want to say thank you for that. We are a city of immigrants within a nation of immigrants. And we are proud of that fact. We are proud of that fact, and we're proud and appreciative of the extraordinary contributions of the Russian-speaking community. Now, we also know that every new community faces challenges and hurdles. Every new community faces, tragically, some form of discrimination. And sometimes it's about language and the things that are kept from you because of a language barrier. Here's something we believe in New York City. One thing that should never, ever be deprived, no one should ever be deprived of the opportunity to vote. No one should ever miss on the opportunity to be a part of our democratic system. And I'm proud to say last year we announced for the first time voter registration forms translated into Russian because we want every member of the Russian-speaking community to participate. It does not matter what language you grew up speaking. It doesn't matter what your first language is. What matters is what's in your heart, your desire to be part of this democracy and to contribute to this city. And we need everyone to be a part of that, right? Everyone. Now, tonight we honor in particular the extraordinary achievements of the Russian-American Foundation. For over 20 years, two great things that the Russian-American Foundation has done. One, keeping Russian culture strong and alive here in New York City. The language, the culture, the art. And two, helping members of the Russian-speaking community, including new immigrants, to find their way and to succeed. Now, I've spent a lot of time in the community. I have no fear of contradiction. I can say there are a lot of success stories in the Russian-speaking community, correct? Well, a lot of them got help along the way from the Russian-American Foundation, excuse me. Close. That's a different group. They can have their own. The Russian-American Foundation was formed in 1997. It has done countless good works, and I want to welcome to the stage, on behalf of the foundation, Rena Kirshner to accept this honor. Rena, step forward now. Rena, we're going to hear from you in 1 second. But first, we have a special presentation of a proclamation, because we want to honor this day. I want you to just hold it right there so everyone can see it. Okay. Now, everyone, look. I need your attention for a moment, and then you're going to hear from Rena. This proclamation celebrates the fact that this is the city in the United States with the largest Russian-speaking population. We honor that fact. We honor the work of the foundation. We talk about the great achievements, and here's the important part at the end. It says, "Now I, Bill de Blasio, Mayor of New York City, do hereby proclaim in the city of New York today, June 14th, 2017, as Russian-American Foundation Day in the city of New York." Congratulations. And now, my pleasure to produce to you Rena Kirshner. We welcome you. Give her a big round of applause.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, First Lady McRae. Дорогие друзья, здравствуйте. I would like to thank Mayor de Blasio and First Lady McRae for today's honor and for opening the doors of Gracie Mansion to the Russian-speaking community today. Especially in today's times, we must acknowledge and be grateful to have a mayor of the city who recognizes and celebrates the immigrant communities, our diversity and our heritage, and the importance of our contributions and of all immigrant community contributions to the city of New York. Thank you, Mayor, for recognizing what immigrants bring. Russian-American Foundation was founded 20 years ago on the couch of my apartment together with my mother. Our projects span the spectrum of culture, sports, and creating positive contributions for the Russian-speaking community of New York. Today, RAF employs numerous people, immigrants and locals. Our initiatives celebrate the achievements of our community while educating all other communities of New York City about what the Russian-speaking community represents. And our programs are known locally, nationally, and internationally, including by the U.S. Department of State, who even in today's time recognizes the cultural programs of the Russian-American Foundation as an important and crucial dialogue between the people of our countries and our communities. But RAF is just one very small example of what our community has achieved in this great city of New York. There are many other countless examples, many represented here by you, of the contributions of our Russian-speaking community, and we should all be very proud. Mayor, First Lady, I am proud to accept this honor on behalf of all Russian American Foundation's employees, without whose work we wouldn't be here and our work would not be possible. On behalf of Marina Kovalyev, our president, but mostly and most important, I want to accept this honor on behalf of all members of the Russian-speaking community for their hard work in making New York City a great home, not just for our families and our children and our grandparents, but for all New Yorkers. So thank you so much. I'm proud to be a member of New York City, Russian-speaking community. We're proud to be a member of your team, and New York is the best city in the world. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much, Rena. Give Rena one more round of applause, everyone. I want to thank you all for being part of this historic evening. This community is getting the recognition it richly deserves. We thank you for all you do for New York City. Keep doing all the great works you do to help members of the community, to spread the culture, to help the new immigrants among us, to uplift this city in so many ways. And I want to say, on behalf of all 8.5 million New Yorkers, from the bottom of my heart, spasibo. Thank you, everyone. Chaim Deutsch has reminded me now to say das vidanya.